So I don't discard this one. This one I'm going to keep. So now I'm ready to draw back up to 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. March, threaten, swiftness, concentration. Right, dummy player's turn. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. That's a blue, and we have 1 blue crystal, so 1 more card is drawn. My main objective on this turn is to travel through here and recruit some units at the monastery. So I need 4 movements and some influence. I'm going to play concentration first to gain a red mana token, and this goes in my player area. The next thing I'll do is play March, and I'm going to power this with 1 gold mana from the source. To give me 4 movement. And then with that 4 movement I can travel here and here to the monastery. Now with the rest of my cards I'm going to play improvisation, and I'm going to charge it with this with this red mana I have in my player area to discard another card from my hand to get influence 5. So I'm going to discard swiftness, and then I'm going to play threaten for its influence 2, and that's all cards from my hand gone. With that 7 influence I can take these red cape monks. These have the monastery icon here, so I can recruit them at the monastery, and they have a cost of 7 influence. And I can put them in my unit area here. Right, I've taken my action for the turn, so let's re-roll the mana dice. There's another gold. And clear up the play area. So these are discarded. This is now discarded. And I draw 5 more cards. My deck is now empty. I drew Mana Draw, Determination, Tranquility, Crystallize and Stamina. Dummy player's turn, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. It's blue. So I draw 1 more card. I have 1 blue crystal here. Right, my turn. This reminds us of the situation. I'm here in the monastery. I could use some more influence to learn a new advanced action, but I think I'd quite like to explore now, and I really do want to get some more fame and level up. So let's see what we can do with our cards. I'm going to spend the blue mana and do move 4. Because I want to maximise these cards. I know I'm using a crystal, but let's see what happens. I'm going to explore in this direction. Let's grab another tile, and this goes here. We have another rampaging orc, a magical glade, and a village. Let's grab ourselves an orc. Ouch. That's an orc summoner. Pretty nasty. And our summoner goes here. I think I'd like to have a crack at these orcs. I've got my 2 movement. That's a shame, because this is going to cost me 3 to get through. I need to pay 1 more movement to get through this forest. But I want to do that before the night comes, because otherwise it's going to be even more expensive. So I've got 2 movement left over from here. And I might need this healing now. I definitely need this attacking card. Use one additional mana dice, and that might be helpful. Let's see. I'm going to play this one sideways to give me move 3. So with my 3 movement, I'm going to move here and choose to engage these orcs. So what about these summoners? You'll notice, right, he's got an armour of 4, so I need 4 attack to kill him. I could do that with a ranged attack, I suppose, but I don't have any ranged. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to suffer his attack and block his attack. Now he has this icon here. This instead of an attack strength, it has this brown enemy token. What this means is that his attack is actually a summon attack. What that means, I have to draw a brown monster enemy tile and use that enemy during the block and assign damages phases of combat. Okay, so the summoner itself, I don't have to block him and I don't have to take his damage, but I will have to block and take the damage from whichever brown dungeon monster here is summoned. And then when I move to the attack phase where I assign damage, I am actually going back to assigning damage to the summoner. Let's see how that plays out. Okay, so we know I'm not going to do any ranged or sieged attacks, so the first thing I need to do is move to the block phase. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw the top brown monster here, and it's a werewolf. And now I have to suffer the block and an attack of this werewolf. So this orc has summoned this werewolf to his defense. He's got swiftness, so I have to find 7 times 2, that's 14 block. That's not very good. And then take 7 attack damage. Let's have a look at this werewolf. There's no way I can block 14. I mean, I can grab 4 block from here, my unit, and 5 from here, that's 9, 10, 11. So if you can't block the thing, you don't block the thing. So there's no point in even trying to block it. So now I have to assign damage. Now I can assign damage to my units if I wish, or I can take the damage myself. I've only got an armour of 2, which means I'm going to take 4 wounds. Let's take 4 wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wounds, pretty nasty. Right, now the werewolf, having done his job of attacking on behalf of the summoner, he legs it, he runs off back to some stinking hole he came from. So we now discard this werewolf. We don't claim the fame for this, because we did this. It just came out, hit us, and then ran away. So now we're left with the orc to fight in his armour of 4. I'm going to use my Red Cape monks. We're at the end of the day, so they're going to refresh for the night. And I'm going to use the fire attack 4, but I need to charge it with red mana, which I can grab from the source, which gives me attack 4, and that's enough to defeat these summoner orcs. So they get discarded and they grant me 4 fame. 1, 2, 3, 4, so now I've leveled up, and also as a rampaging enemy they give me +1 reputation. Right, there's nothing else I want to do. I mean, I could heal now, but you know, these things aren't really hurting me just at the minute because I haven't got any cards to draw anyway, so I'm going to save that till next turn, because I may be able to do a little bit more with my other cards. So let's re-roll the mana dice. It's a black, that's not very helpful. So this goes in this little depleted corner. Remember, I've still got 1 gold here. And now I clear up by discarding this used mana, and I can level up now. The first thing to do is draw a skill, so I take the top 2 skills and pick one of these. And these are both nice skills. We've got Hot Swordsmanship, which gives me attack 2 or fire attack 2, and Dark Negotiation, which gives me once a turn influence 2 during the day or influence 3 during the night. That's pretty good. I'd like both of those, but I can't. At the moment, I think this attack's going to help me more than this influence. If I was a little bit further on, I'd probably take this skill, but this one might just give me a little bit extra to get some fame and get some more level ups. So I'm going to take this one. And in addition, I take the top skill from the dummy player, which is Flight. So these two go here in the common skill source. The next thing for a level up is I get to choose one of these advanced actions. And I think I'm going to take this pure magic card. And remember, this goes in my deck, so it goes back here. And now I refresh the advanced actions source with a card from the top, and it's magic talent. So as my final act, I get to draw from my deck, but my hand is full of wounds, so I don't get to draw any cards.